The agent corners me. Scott, confess how you stole Longling Hall timber. The agent demands, name your accomplices and stolen artifacts. I protest. Officer, I'm no tomb raider. I only wrote about Longling Hall timber. Writing novels isn't illegal, she scoffs. A novel? You truly refuse to admit anything until you see the coffin. Assistant, show him the evidence. Holding the crime scene photos, my mind goes completely blank, and I curse inwardly. This cannot really be such a coincidence. Shock freezes me. After transmigrating, I only want to be a peaceful plagiarist. Who expects my novels to be real? Now I'm in deep trouble. Naomi offers, you have one chance to redeem yourself. It keeps raining there, and the archaeological team cannot carry equipment over the mountain. Naomi presses me. Tell me any shortcut, and a reduced sentence can be sought for you. I shrug. I'm innocent. Talk of redemption makes no sense. This kingdom claims 5,000 years of history, yet no pre-Qin artifacts have ever been unearthed. The West therefore dismisses that ancient history as mere mythology. Archaeologists remain indignant. Arguing with other countries holds no appeal, but foreigners cannot be allowed to laugh at me. Proving China's profound heritage through archaeology is something every Chinese person should do. I nod and ask Harvey, all right, wait here while I speak with the leader. For 3 days, relentless rain keeps our archaeological team stranded as slick, muddy mountain roads block entry. Inside the temporary tent, Harvey warns, if this drags on, the higher-ups may terminate the project, and we will lose another excellent chance to study ancient culture. As he speaks, Harvey notices Ava below him, constantly scrolling through her phone instead of listening. His face darkens at once, and anger surges through him. Ava, are you listening? Everyone is seeking a way into the mountains while you stare at your phone. Can that phone give us a solution? Ava looks up. Someone might be able to help. She means Scott, a novelist who pioneers the tomb raiding genre in China. His novels feel exceptionally realistic and immerse readers so deeply that many suspect they record his personal experiences instead of fiction. The younger members eagerly agree, admitting Scott's tense scenes sometimes make them fear a zombie could truly leap out. They are clearly loyal fans. One skeptic cuts in. Teacher, ignore their nonsense. Years of archaeology have never revealed anything like it. A fan fires back. Have you seen everything? Not seeing it does not make it impossible. The world holds wonders. Perhaps it exists. Another insists, if everything Scott writes is fake, why is he under arrest? The skeptic folds his arms. Coincidence. Scott simply happens to guess correctly. Another viewer counters, then explain the sandalwood sword and the Western Joe human-faced fruit. Coincidence cannot cover both. This man is dangerous. He has certainly been there. He must be a tomb raider. Scott truly is a tomb raider. Harvey counters, yesterday's site report shows the Tang tomb intact. No burial objects are missing, and even the Wenshang jade remains. That proves Scott has conscience, unlike raiders who destroy and steal relics. Ava brightens and calls me. When video connects, I recognize Harvey, a renowned archaeology figure. Professor Harvey, I've heard of you. Harvey turns serious. You know our purpose. We are anxious. Whoever you are, help us enter the mountains quickly, and every effort will be made to seek police leniency. I suppress the urge to curse. Professor Harvey, you have drones. Send one around the area. I need to see it myself. Harvey nods. All right, Chad, arrange it now. He follows my instructions immediately. Chad hesitates, but Harvey presses him. Chad, hurry. Ava steps forward. Teacher, rest. Let me handle it. Soon the drone rises, streaming footage to my phone. If this is the tomb mountain from my planned novel, a waterway runs straight through to the far side. Towering cliffs and winding rivers form a paradise. I study the live drone feed, recalling the 16-symbol burial method as I trace the surrounding mountains. Seeking the dragon and dividing the gold, I whisper. Chad leans closer. What are you muttering about? Naomi studies me. Any discoveries? A faint smile crosses my face. Nothing major, only feng shui knowledge memorized from ancient books. The layout here is excellent. The water dragon and earth dragon complement each other. Whoever is buried here must possess extraordinary status and background. Naomi raises a doubtful eyebrow and tilts her head. Can a few glances truly reveal feng shui secrets, or are you simply making this up? I answer, from emperors to commoners, burial sites follow the 5 elements and landscape principles. They can guide tomb searches. Harvey nods. Yes, but the theory is obscure and difficult. Few ever master it, and those who do achieve remarkable success. Harvey turns toward me, curiosity sharpening his gaze. Scott, word is that you understand the 5 elements and traditional burial site theory. Have you studied them deeply? I recognize genuine inquiry behind his formal tone, though his question places every curious eye in the crowded tent on me at once. I've studied some ancient texts while writing novels, but my understanding is superficial. Harvey gives a dismissive, oh, he probably assumes my slight understanding means reading only a few books, nowhere near truly grasping the subject. Suddenly, I spot 2 mountains converging on screen and stare intently. My expression turns serious as I shout, stop the drone. Ava, lower it quickly toward that mountaintop. Ava reacts immediately, steering the drone down toward the mountaintop. Everyone stares at two diagonally overlapping mountains, the taller hiding the shorter. From afar they seem adjacent, but closer inspection reveals a broad gap where a river rushes between them. Chad and the others stand stunned. None has noticed this before. I remain calm. Let the drone follow the waterway forward. Ava eagerly steers it through the gap between both mountains. Another mountain blocks the route, but where mountain and water meet, a cave opens straight into the interior. At that sight, Chad's stunned expression turns to excitement. Excited, Chad points. Circle around to the mountain's other side. Ava flies the drone around, revealing an exit. The water cave pierces the entire mountain from one side to the other. Everyone erupts with excitement. Harvey rubs his hands together. With this water cave, we can easily transport equipment into the mountain. The whole team celebrates, while the system confirms my successful guidance and rewards me with the Keeling bloodline. Warmth floods me, strengthening my body and clarifying every movement. Endless power surges through me. Naomi stares. Is this another coincidence? A nod confirms it, earning her eye roll. Harvey's steady, excited voice comes through. Thank you so much. You've secured this for us. Don't worry, I'll plead for a reduced sentence. Less. I realize Harvey still takes me for a Tomb Raider, though his promise to reduce my sentence leaves me unable to answer. The old man truly believes it, but his mistake doesn't anger me. I steady myself. Harvey, the water cave is a shortcut, but Feng Shui marks it as a shadowed place where filth gathers within treasured land. Entering rashly is dangerous. Question the villagers first. Harvey laughs loudly from the other end, confidence in science sharpening his disdain. Don't worry, Feng Shui can be believed, but never completely. We must reject anything that violates science, and once again, please accept my sincere thanks. His certainty makes it clear that my warning changes nothing at all. Since Harvey remains completely unmoved, further persuasion is pointless. Helpless, I end the call and turn toward Naomi, who watches me with a serious expression. Keeping my tone polite and direct, I ask, Officer, I've helped you, when can I leave? Naomi glances at her watch for a long moment before looking back at me, her expression flat and her voice entirely emotionless. Her answer is as flat as her expression. Your suspicion isn't completely cleared. Regulations allow us to detain you for 24 hours. Only a little over 3 have passed. If you're truly innocent, you must remain here for the full 21 hours. A heavy sigh escapes. Fine. Can you find me somewhere to sleep? I stayed up all night, and I'm exhausted. Yesterday's sleepless night has finally caught up with me. Naomi agrees but adds, we'll call you if problems arise. My answer is blunt. Fine, just let me sleep. Meanwhile, the archaeological team springs into action after finding the crucial route. Harvey methodically has everyone prepare supplies and equipment, leaving them ready to enter the mountain through the water cave. After reconsidering, Harvey specifically sends Chad to question nearby villagers carefully about the water cave. Chad looks puzzled. Teacher, what else is there to investigate? Harvey stays calm. Scott warned that the cave's feng shui is bad, and danger may be waiting inside. Chad frowns, still plainly unconvinced. To Chad, Scott's discovery looks like mere luck, and feng shui like empty superstition. He remains skeptical, while reporters are already stationed throughout the archaeological area. Reporters turn my guidance into articles immediately. The story races to the top of searches, sparking debate and demands for a live view of the site. At the same time, Chad's investigators return from the villages. While waiting in the station restroom for updates, news quickly reaches me. At the archaeological camp, Ava and Brandon hurry anxiously into Harvey's tent with the information gathered from the nearby villages. Harvey settles everyone. Why do the villagers say that? There must be a reason. Ava shares the old local legend. A rare treasure lies inside the water cave. Countless people have entered throughout history to search for it, but not one has ever returned. Nobody dares enter anymore. Scott warned of evil feng shui and haunting spirits. Is he actually right? Chad's face darkens, and he prepares to object, but Harvey raises one hand and firmly waves him into silence. Luke rushes in, flustered. All the soldiers are unreachable. Harvey rises. Ava recoils. Could they have been eaten? Chad cuts in. Shut up! Everything was normal when they entered. Before anyone can answer, a strange sound like a bell suddenly crackles from the walkie-talkie. It rings through the tent, and then every remaining connection dies at once. Chad challenges the obvious explanation. Could there be no signal? Dylan answers at once. We're using military equipment that works 500 meters underground. The signal is normal, but nobody answers. A chill grips everyone. Harvey immediately orders professional rescuers into the cave. Tie the rope firmly to the boat's stern. If anything goes wrong, pull the boat back immediately. Dylan turns immediately to arrange the rescue, while every face remaining in the tent tightens into an ugly grimace. Their excellent shortcut into the mountains has suddenly become the site of an accident. Harvey frowns deeply as Scott's earlier warning returns sharply to his mind now. Then a bus slowly rolls into the archaeological team's camp, bringing new arrivals. Staff lead Faye's crew into Harvey's tent, where she requests, please allow my archaeological livestream. Harvey permits it. Broadcast freely, but don't interfere with the team's normal work. For all other related matters, contact Chad directly. Faye turns to Chad. Was the water cave found under Scott's guidance? Chad hates admitting it, but the facts leave him no choice, and he nods. Before she can press further, Luke rushes into the tent in front of everyone with fresh alarm. Another incident has occurred. Faye immediately orders the live stream started. What happened? The answer lands hard. The rescuers have also lost contact inside the cave. But weren't they tied with ropes? Pull them out, quickly. The attempt fails. We can't pull them back. The rope has broken. That nylon rope withstands 1,000 kilograms. Something seems to have bitten it apart. Another chill envelops everyone. Ignoring the heavy rain, Harvey immediately leads them outside to inspect the scene. Faye pulls Ava aside. What happened? As the newly started live stream surges with viewers, Ava explains everything. Scott warned me that the water cave was dangerous. He can definitely solve this. Viewers erupt. Some call for Scott, others wonder what hides inside, and many fear for the young soldiers. Others notice this scene strikingly resembles the beginning of Scott's new novel. Naomi wakes me at the station and hands me the phone. After hearing everything, the riverside scene shows a gathered crowd, a broken rope, dim emergency lights, and Harvey's ashen face. Young soldiers remain trapped in the water cave, their fate unknown, while conditions inside remain impossible to determine. At the water cave, Dylan grips his radio, ready to send rescuers inside. Harvey stops him. We can't rush more people in. First we learn what's happening. They choose a drone, and Ava concentrates on the controls. The drone creeps into the pitch-black cave, skimming the water for several hundred meters. Then the missing soldiers appear on screen, lying motionless as though asleep, while Ava carefully guides the drone closer to them. Vague shapes slowly crawl over their bodies, barely visible within the blackened image. Ava lowers the drone. A piercing sound suddenly rings out. Then a white shadow flashes and strikes it into the water. The screen instantly turns black. Everyone freezes at the same horrifying thought. That was a ghost. Dylan knows his soldiers cannot simply faint from fear, especially with something crawling across their bodies. Unable to wait, Dylan prepares to enter personally, but Harvey blocks him. As they reach an impasse, Chad proposes, "Why don't we ask Scott? He specifically warned us about this water cave." Another expert scoffs. "He's only a novelist. Finding this cave was coincidence. Why should professionals ask him for help?" Harvey falls silent. After considering everything, Harvey slowly nods. "Let's try. He may actually have a good method." Harvey remembers Scott specifically warning him that the water cave was dangerous. What once seemed like deliberate mystery now reveals itself as a sincere, well-intentioned warning. Unable to hold himself back any longer, Chad finally makes the call. The part everyone has been waiting for is about to begin. Elsewhere, I have barely fallen asleep, dreaming of marrying a rich, beautiful woman, when the light goes out before I finish the task. Wrenched awake, I glare at Naomi. "Are you ever going to stop? I only slept a little while. Don't be so cruel." Naomi looks embarrassed. The archaeological team has suffered an accident and urgently needs your help. The word accident instantly drives away my sleepiness. They entered the water cave, didn't they? Why won't those bookworms listen to advice? Naomi nods and gives me the full account, but her suspicious eyes remain fixed firmly on me. Her suspicion hardens. "Did you know entering would cause trouble?" I roll my eyes. "Officer, don't try to mislead me. How would I know what's inside? I've never entered. It's an extremely yin place, perhaps filled with corpses." Then the system issues a rescue mission, offering the biochemical restraint technique. Delighted, I nod quickly. "Of course, no problem. Saving one life surpasses building a 7-story pagoda, so I connect immediately. Rescue comes first." Naomi stands stunned, wondering how someone so reluctant suddenly becomes this enthusiastic. The connection succeeds, revealing Harvey's bitter, embarrassed smile. He ignored my earlier warning, and now 6 young soldiers are trapped in deadly danger because nobody took it seriously. Without hesitating, I speak firmly. "Harvey, skip the pleasantries. Describe the scene precisely and omit nothing. You used a drone, right? Send me its footage immediately." Harvey immediately cooperates with my urgent request. He has Dylan recount everything while Ava sends the recorded drone footage. Seated before the screen, I study the new footage while Dylan recounts every event. Harvey presses me. "Scott, what is it? Do you have a solution?" After examining everything, my conclusion is grim. This situation is complicated. After studying the footage, I reveal, this water cave isn't natural. It looks more like an entrance. Someone blurts, "An entrance this large?" Everyone gasps, stunned by the impossible scale of it. Steadying my voice, I explain, "Ordinary tomb raiders could never carve this." An official directed the excavation, then silenced every worker below the highest ranks. This water cave likely holds many bodies. Those shadows crawling through it are probably corpse beetles. Rescue the team now. A stunned gasp passes through everyone watching me. Only Chad remains incredulous, snapping angrily, "Nonsense! I've worked in archaeology for years and never heard of such things." I stay calm. "Uncle, there's no time to argue. Saving lives comes first." One rescuer raises the crucial danger. "But Mr. Scott, what if we enter and mysteriously faint like them?" Keeping my voice steady, I explain, The bell sound causes unconsciousness. Wear earplugs and carry enough weapons and ammunition. I'm not completely certain, but delay any longer, and only skeletons may remain. Calmly, I shrug. Many remain skeptical, especially Chad, whose years in archaeology offer no precedent for this. Dylan, however, ignores every doubt and focuses on rescuing his soldiers. Dylan orders, earplugs on, take your weapons. The rescuers board several rafts and speed toward the water cave. Though unknown, deadly dangers await. Every young soldier aboard looks determined. Not one shows the slightest desire to retreat, and the sight moves me deeply. No matter the danger, these soldiers always make people feel safe. Live stream viewers raise their thumbs in approval. Everyone stares intently at the screen, anxiously awaiting news from the rescuers. So do I. They are soldiers risking everything, and naturally, I want none of them harmed. A team member asks, "Mr. Scott, could you explain corpse pits and corpse beetles? Most of us know neither." After a breath, I explain. A corpse pit contains piled bodies. Their gathered death energy defies science. They call it feudal superstition, but I stay calm. Our ancestors' experience cannot be denied. You flatter me. I only respect their culture. I have always believed ancient culture is not dross. Study it deeply, and countless things become fascinating. It is experience our predecessors honed through countless repeated trials. Beside me, Ava's eyes shine even brighter as she watches. Already devoted to ancient culture, Ava now watches me with awe, as though my words suddenly open something in her understanding. The camera shifts to Faye. She leans forward, gripping her microphone with a serious expression. What about corpse beetles? No creature like that appears in any modern flora or fauna catalog. I nod, preparing to explain their true nature. Strictly speaking, corpse beetles are a special species born when those creatures undergo a strange transformation at death's extreme. They grow several, dozens, even hundreds of times larger, live underground, are fiercely aggressive by nature, and prefer fresh blood despite feeding on carrion. Faye tactfully presses. How did you learn about them? Have you truly entered tombs, as the rumors claim? A helpless, bitter smile crosses my face, and I wave toward the camera. You've really misunderstood. I know nothing about tomb raiders. Everything comes from anecdotes and unofficial histories. Read more books, travel farther, and listen to people from every walk of life. The world suddenly becomes far more mysterious. The ancients were right. Read 10,000 books and travel 10,000 miles. Live stream viewers divide. Some find my explanation rigorous. Others argue and jeer. Self-proclaimed biologists protest. Zombies and corpse dragons do not exist. Genetic limits prevent corpses from harming anyone. Haters keep nitpicking, and there is nothing I can do. I only want to help. Saving people is enough. At that moment, rescue kayaks race toward the cave. Every rescuer looks solemn, with a camera transmitting everything live. From the interrogation room, I guide the archaeological team by video. Faye immediately orders a split-screen live stream layout. One side shows me and the archaeological team. The other follows the rescuers. Comments flood the tense live stream. Please keep the soldiers safe. The kayaks enter the water cave while a beam sweeps the walls. Luke raises a hand, issuing silent orders through gestures. Earplugs prevent speech, and the low ceiling forces everyone to bend while passing through. Smooth, damp walls press close, coated in a layer of slippery moss. The smooth, rounded, square-cut walls confirm my earlier judgment. This is an excavated cave entrance. Even through one blurred image, those marks prove me right. That keen judgment draws praise across the live stream. Jeering viewers seize on the same evidence. That proves he has entered tombs. In the interrogation room, Harvey's suspicion deepens. I feel helpless, but gaining the restraint technique leaves no choice. The raft advances. A metallic clang rolls through the dark cave. Ava hurries back as technicians test it on mice. After technicians remove the noise, 15 of 20 mice sleep. 3 suffer ruptured eardrums, and 2 become unresponsive. Harvey stares differently. Tomb raider or not, Harvey sees talent. We should recruit him into the archaeological team. The live stream erupts with amazement at my abilities. Naomi watches the rescue feed on her phone. She scans the racing comments and catches, 10 girls want to marry him. Her eyes snap toward me in a fierce glare. I look completely innocent, with no idea why she is glaring. Then a soldier suddenly shouts, "Look, it's them!" The shout tightens every throat at once as the rescuer's cave feed races back onto the live stream, revealing what the soldiers have found. Deep inside the dark cave, 2 inflatable rafts sit jammed against slick rock walls. Several young soldiers lie motionless aboard them, bodies mangled and bloodied. Dark, unidentified creatures cover the wounded bodies and cling everywhere. Even the smallest is fist-sized, its sharp, pointed teeth still ripping at exposed skin. Under the cold, murky water, many more frantically climb onto the trapped rafts. The live stream chat erupts. Brandon's eyes redden with barely restrained rage. His hand cuts down, and gunfire bursts from the shore. The surrounding corpse beetles explode beneath concentrated fire, filling the murky water with severed pieces and foul, pungent green fluid. The barrage keeps pinning the swarm back. Other members rush forward and drag their trapped, wounded comrades free. Luke spots movement in the cold murk. There's a big one here. Without hesitating, he fires a burst underwater, and a calf-sized creature jerks into view. The giant carrion beetle is riddled with holes. Team members immediately cast a thick rope net and haul it out. Dylan takes command. Everyone, retreat now. The deep-water beetles do not pursue them. Instead, they swarm their fallen companion and devour it. Onshore, Harvey and the others wait anxiously as rescuers carry several wounded soldiers from the returning boats, one after another. Their bodies are covered in bloody bites, and the cold wounds have blackened, but they remain alive. As medics step forward, I shoot upright. No, absolutely do not send them to the hospital. The nearest hospital is 2 or 3 hours away. They are poisoned by corpse toxins and will not last that long. Everyone freezes. Every warning I have given has come true, so nobody dismisses this one. A medic challenges me. Do you know medicine? No, but corpse beetles spend years feeding on rotting bodies underground, accumulating deadly damp toxins. These wounds are not fatal yet, but once the poison reaches the heart and lungs, even a god cannot save them. The bites are not the immediate danger, the damp toxin is. We must extract it from their bodies now. Lives are at stake, so stay composed and do nothing reckless. Everyone faces the brutal consequence. Ordinary transport may leave the wounded beyond even divine rescue, far too late. If I knew every medic now considers me an omnipotent god, the thought would only depress me. Right now, however, my mood is excellent. As the injured warriors escape danger, an exclusive biochemical restraint technique appears in my mind, with countless new details instantly merging into one. One glance leaves me speechless. I understand why mountain-moving adepts rank strongest among the 4 sects beyond burial arts. This restraint technique feels like nature's masterpiece. On the riverbank, the medics depart as everyone gathers around the recovered stone turtle, nearly the size of a calf. Its pincers look stronger than pliers, while its hard shell gleams black and gold. Thick green fluid oozes from several bullet holes, releasing an unbearable stench of decay. Someone asks Harvey, "Have you seen anything like this?" Harvey admits, "Nothing like this has appeared in all these years." Naomi watches me with a meaningful stare. Naomi studies me. "You must have learned about this strange creature from those books." I frankly nod. There is no reason to lie. While traveling through the countryside, I happened upon an old record. Notes from my tomb raiding experiences describe corpse beetles in detail. The listener's doubtful face and light tone reveal undisguised disbelief. Of course it's true. Even now, do you still doubt that I'm a tomb raider? The stubborn doubter immediately rolls his eyes. Arguing feels pointless now. The more I explain, the murkier everything becomes. Turning solemnly toward the livestream camera, I warn everyone, the eerie bells inside the water cave likely come from these corpse beetles. Their hardtails differ completely from ordinary specimens, so someone probably modified them deliberately. We should destroy them quickly. Chad laughs with open mockery. By your logic, these corpse beetles have survived for thousands of years. Even mutated ones could never live that long. His disbelief hardens into a blunt verdict. Ancient insect modification at that level is pure fantasy. Never underestimate the ancients. Modern people might not reproduce inventions preserved for millennia, including the wooden ox, flowing horse, and a legendary carpenter's bird that flies for days without any motor. Could people easily make those today? That question silences everyone gathered around the monstrous corpse beetle. Only Ava remains nearby, her round, curious eyes fixed upon the corpse beetle's unusual tail. She seems completely convinced by my explanation. "You're Ava, right?" My call startles her. Then she nods repeatedly in delight, hands trembling with such excitement that she cannot decide where to place them. Smiling earnestly, I tell her, "Thank you for the glutinous rice." The student says shyly, "It should save those poisoned warriors." It is nothing. There was simply a rush. Her innocence interests me, since such sincere and unguarded people feel rare nowadays. My smile has barely faded when Chad receives an urgent phone call, and his expression instantly becomes strange. The medics report that glutinous rice draws out the poison remarkably well. Every soldier is out of danger. Harvey's heart tightens before relief overtakes him, while Chad, who doubted me most, stares at the frontline rescue report. With a complicated expression, Chad solemnly confirms that my method saves lives. News races through the entire archaeological camp, leaving everyone shocked. Glutinous rice has rescued the trapped soldiers, and Faye steps before the camera with solemn respect. She addresses the online audience. Scott has saved 6 lives and deserves immense credit. Praise floods the comments, though some viewers call Ava the true hero. When Ava hears that the frontline soldiers are safe, her face brightens with a wide smile of relief. With growing courage, I stride toward the enormous corpse beetle and locate its weakest point. After one deep breath, both hands tighten around my shovel. I drive it precisely into the flexible body joint beneath that impossibly hard shell. A muffled plop follows, and foul green liquid gushes everywhere as the beetle splits cleanly in two. A 6-legged creature spills from the severed body. Beside it hangs a fist-sized bronze bell covered in intricate patterns, still connected to the upper body by a length of intestine. Harvey's eyes brighten as he moves to inspect it. Before Harvey reaches it, tinkling suddenly fills the air. The bell shakes by itself, producing a clear yet deeply eerie ringing. Before Brandon can react, I stomp down hard. The bell instantly shatters, and an enormous centipede crawls from inside. The horrifying sight freezes everyone present, leaving the entire riverbank stunned. Standing calmly amid the shock, I watch Naomi approach. Is this corpse beetle truly man-made? I slowly nod. Clearly, this is perfectly crafted. Whatever the corpse beetle consumes feeds the centipede. Whenever the centipede grows hungry, it shakes the bell, urging its host to hunt. They share a symbiotic relationship and can survive for extraordinary lengths of time, guarding this place against tomb raiders. Ancient wisdom surpasses our imagination. We understand far too little about ancient culture. The damaged artifact can only be repaired now. News of the modified corpse beetle causes an enormous online reaction, and biological laboratories call repeatedly seeking samples. Specialists take responsibility for those requests. Harvey checks the schedule. Everyone rests and eats lunch first. Then we enter the water cave and mountains, bring earplugs, and use pig's blood to lure away corpse beetles. Harvey does not halt the preparations, and everyone continues readying the expedition. After witnessing the modified corpse beetle, Harvey becomes even more fascinated by the mountain tombs. A teammate tells him, "This discovery is all thanks to you, Professor." He dismisses the praise, reminding everyone they have seen only a fraction of their junior colleagues' terrifying abilities. Since everyone insists on taking the waterway, carry black dog blood to repel evil spirits. Naomi quietly approaches me. Did you specifically request black dog blood because you discovered something else? Her meticulous observation makes me inwardly acknowledge the instincts of a professional officer. I remind the agent, yes, remember the white shadow crossing the first recording? Surprise and fear flood the agent's face as the body stiffens. The question comes quickly. You mean that fleeting white shadow is a ghost? I never said that. You guessed it yourself. The countless corpses and their dense, heavy aura of death create a special magnetic field. I explain that certain energies or substances slowly gather inside this cold, unusual magnetic field, eventually forming something bizarre that modern science cannot explain. The ancients call this strange existence a may. Someone turns to Harvey. Will they still face danger inside? I shrug helplessly. How would I know? Even if something strange exists, their black dog blood should handle it. The archaeological team quickly prepares, launching a dozen kayaks in succession. Luke leads the fully armed fleet, everyone wearing earplugs, as powerful flashlights guide them smoothly into the deep, dark cave. Corpse beetles occasionally dart past the boats, and Dylan immediately pours pig's blood into the water to distract them. Soon, eerie spirit fires appear ahead. The experienced archaeologists recognize spirit fires and remain relatively calm. The boats glide onward until the passage suddenly opens into a gigantic cavern. Water from several surrounding caves converges into one broad river. Lush green, decaying corpses cover both shallows, leaving human and animal remains indistinguishable. Farther inside, skeletons stand arranged in a neat row. Humans clearly pile those skeletons together, while water washes the chaotic bodies near the bank into every twisted position imaginable. Most bodies are badly decomposed beneath thin gray films resembling plastic wrap. Fist-sized carrion beetles crawl from their mouths, then bite and devour any smaller beetles approaching them. The sight horrifies everyone and destroys their appetites. Several younger members vomit over the boats. Even veterans Harvey and Chad look shaken, while Lewis and the others lose control completely. Ava and Faye also start vomiting as the grisly riverbank surrounds them. The live stream erupts, claiming my prediction is correct again. Suppressing her nausea, Faye faces the camera. This must be the corpse pit Scott described. He believes these people were executed after excavating tombs along an ancient official road. Her suspicion hardens. I'm increasingly convinced Scott might actually be a tomb raider. Only a fool believes this many coincidences. Harvey frowns beside the boat. Considering my knowledge of feng shui, metaphysics, and rare treasures even his team cannot identify. Harvey keeps wondering whether I am the legendary tomb raider and whether unofficial histories tell the truth. With the country's past so fragmented, he sees my knowledge as a rare chance to locate ancient tombs and recover the fallen. Soon, they reach the tomb. Dylan gestures downward. Should we investigate? Harvey waves him onward, but around the bend, a white figure appears. Everyone becomes confused, except Ava. Watching remotely, I shout, "Ava, splash it with black dog blood, quickly!" She unscrews the container, summons her courage, and fiercely drenches the white figure in foul-smelling blood. A shrill scream suddenly explodes inside everyone's mind. Black smoke billows from the white figure, shocking everyone back to their senses. Dylan quickly lowers his gun, while Harvey retreats several steps through the cold, damp cave. Someone shouts, "Don't stand there, get out, and whatever happens, never look back." They flee frantically, never daring to glance behind them, and drive their boats forward with every scrap of strength. Nobody stops until the entire team escapes the cold, damp cave. Outside in the wind and rain, cold sweat streams down their backs. One member shudders. What is that eerie white shadow? The group gathers around my feed, and I answer, a demon. Concentrated resentment forming a magnetic field. Staring at it hypnotizes you and changes your behavior. The black dog blood briefly breaks the field and restores your senses. The explanation makes clear how narrowly Ava's quick action releases them from the demon's influence. Everyone gazes gratefully at Ava. Once again, she remains calm during danger and saves the entire team from death. Their earlier doubts vanish because the black dog blood works, and my admiration for them grows. After the team escapes, the cold system voice echoes through my mind. Archaeological team rescued. Reward, listening to thunder to identify acupoints. Joy surges through me as my hearing improves countless times. Even inside the interrogation room, I clearly hear conversations on the floors above and below. Every sound forms a three-dimensional image in my head, revealing the bureau's entire architectural layout. Amazing. Unable to suppress my grin, I clench my fists and nearly jump. Naomi frowns at me strangely. They escaped safely. I'm happy for them, really. Her eyes narrow. Then why are you so excited? Naomi clearly remains unconvinced, then hesitates before raising her lingering question. Naomi presses, is that girl a ghost? I shake my head. Didn't I explain? It's special energy forming a magnetic field. Its strength and effects vary greatly. Ghosts should resemble this phenomenon. She nods thoughtfully. Elsewhere, the archaeologists prefer the pouring rain over re-entering that gloomy water cave. The team surrounds Ava, repeatedly thanking her and calling her everyone's lucky goddess. Ava admits the ordeal also terrifies her. My warning is the only reason Ava knows what to do. The members turn and thank me again. News spreads rapidly across countless media outlets, and discussions about me dominate the hottest search rankings. Another headline takes first place. Glutinous rice draws out corpse poison and saves 6 lives. Black dog blood breaks the evil spirit. Comments exceed 1 million within half an hour. Naomi relents. You've helped. Higher-ups approve release. Cooperate with future summons. Back home, I shower and examine my new book, uncertain whether to continue writing. Elsewhere, the archaeological team reaches the opposite riverbank. Harvey organizes an orderly camp, then launches a drone to survey the surrounding mountainous terrain while preparations continue below. Using the drone and an ancient map, they search for the marked location until preparations near completion that afternoon. Suddenly, bad news arrives. Inside a makeshift enclosed mountain tent, the archaeological team huddles together, every face carrying the same complicated, solemn expression. The ancient map is too old, and years of river erosion have reshaped the terrain so severely that the marked target cannot be located. Chad looks helpless. We need another way to locate the tomb, and that will inevitably waste precious exploration time. Worse, large equipment cannot penetrate the surrounding rugged mountains. The tent's soaring spirits instantly collapse, everyone deflates, and all their earlier excitement completely disappears without a trace. At quiet nightfall, exhausted, I collapse onto my bed and scroll. The team reaches the deep mountains, but altered terrain no longer matches the ancient map, forcing the entire operation to halt. Faye ends the livestream after reporting it, yet viewers flood the chat. Just ask Scott. Scott is gone anyway. Soon, a new Weibo post skyrockets in popularity under the title, A Petition of 10,000 People to Help the Archaeological Team. The post ignites nationwide debate and tops the trending chart instantly. Hundreds of thousands of comments plead for Scott to leave retirement and return again. Trending posts pleading for Scott fill my screen, and my heart clenches. I sit up painfully, cursing inwardly. Damn it, these people are asking for trouble. They practically send me into the grave. I'm only a novelist. Sending me into a tomb is like lighting a lantern inside a latrine. Pure suicide. The system's reward remains too small to justify going. Rashly leading the team underground could doom me and harm them. Staying out is safer. I create a fake account and comment, "Don't be ridiculous. Scott is only a novelist. Letting him lead Archaeologist underground invites disaster." The moment my comment appears, netizens bombard it with criticism. "You're a hater who never reads Scott's books, so stop spouting nonsense." More criticism immediately pours in beneath it. Reading them, my expression turns strange. When do I become this powerful without knowing it? Secretly, though, I feel pleased. At the Qingshan archaeological camp, light rain falls without stopping. Harvey remains there under a strict funding limit, arguing, "We need 2 more days. The ancient tombs here can repair the broken lines in our historical record." The team can fund only 2 days. Next morning, a piercing electric shock jolts me from half-sleep. Who wakes people with a phone? Can't someone sleep this early? Then I see Ava's name. "Ava, what's wrong?" Her soft, weak, cautious voice instantly dissolves my morning temper completely. Realizing she needs help, I tell her, "Just tell me what you need. I'll do my best." Ava grips her hem, then explains, "Only 2 days remain. If they cannot find the tomb, they must leave, and tomb raiders may seize the chance." I feel her genuine need to protect the tomb. "Okay, I'll help you. Follow my instructions. Half a day is enough." Ava's eyes widen excitedly. Half a day? Really? Thinking she mishears, she stares at the phone. Don't worry, I mean what I say. Follow my instructions and prepare now. Her answer follows. Okay, please continue. Every word will be remembered. Then I add, no need to call me teacher. We're about the same age, so just call me Scott. She agrees and presents the archaeological camp, where everyone washes up and eats breakfast in the morning chill. At camp, Harvey bursts out. Good news, Scott knows how to help find the tomb. Drinking hot water, Chad chokes at the announcement and erupts into violent coughing. Harvey rushes out, dark-eyed and exhausted after staying awake all night. Scott personally guarantees that following his instructions reveals the exact location within half a day. Everyone, drop what you're doing and assemble. Harvey nods repeatedly and summons everyone. The staff gets Faye's immediate command, start the live stream. It is only 7 in the morning. Many viewers already wait before their screens. Faye faces the broadcast. There is good news. The novelist is taking action and guiding the archaeological team online to find the ancient tomb's exact location. It will take no more than half a day. Viewers instantly erupt. Harvey pulls Ava aside for my method. She relays, place explosives at 5 points, 1 kilometer apart in 4 cardinal directions and the center. Detonate them, record the sounds professionally, then send the recordings with a terrain map. This is sound localization. It can locate ancient tombs and even sketch a rough underground layout. Chad immediately frowns. This is complete nonsense. Chad scoffs. If listening finds tombs, what are professionals for? With no better option, Harvey decides, let's try it. One member argues, verification takes less than half a day. Scott is amazing, so stop arguing. A skeptic protests. Teacher, that's arguing for argument's sake. Harvey silences them. Does anyone have a better way to find the tomb? Silence falls. Let's try this simple method. Our country holds many extraordinary people and events. Harvey nods, directing Luke to arrange it. Luke wants proof himself. Within 1 hour, trained soldiers plant explosives at every designated point. Ava borrows professional recording equipment and places it at each site for accurate sound. By 9, everything is ready. 5 blasts follow in sequence. Ava sends me every recording. My only promise is, I'll reply in half an hour. At camp, the entire archaeological team begins waiting. Everyone holds their breath, stands motionless, and lets the next 30 minutes pass in tense, quiet trepidation. Unveiling an ancient tomb means an archaeological victory and restores another missing piece of the country's culture. That discovery can strengthen national confidence and influence. With nothing else to do this morning, I casually open the live stream. Disbelief mixes with anticipation across the screen, and I cannot help chuckling to myself. Pinpointing locations by sound once seems unbelievable, but the system reward makes it effortless. After locking every door and window, I print my prepared topographical map and gather blank paper. With a pen in hand, I head into the bathroom, the quietest and most soundproof place in the house. The first recording opens with a muffled explosion. Holding my breath, I focus on every subtle sound. The explosion becomes clear, tangible waves inside my mind, penetrating the thick earth layer by layer and reaching deep underground. The entire underground structure takes shape with perfect clarity, down to the precise locations of tiny mouse holes. Picking up the pen, I rapidly sketch what appears in my mind. Minutes later, the second recorded explosion begins playing. Using the underground structure in my mind, I produce another drawing. 4 more incomplete drawings follow, every detail fixed in my memory. Finally, the central explosion reveals the complete core structure. After half an hour, all the underground diagrams are finished. The underground layout is astonishingly complex, riddled with crooked pits and narrow passages that crisscross through the earth. After carefully marking every location, I stretch my stiff, aching limbs. Leaning against the side, I stare at the intricate hand-drawn map as my mind reels. This is an extremely rare nested tomb within a tomb. Luckily, deliberately drawing slowly makes this bizarre discovery easier to explain. Meanwhile, at the excavation site, the archaeological team waits anxiously. A full half hour passes without any news from me. Around the site, people huddle together and whisper, half an hour without news. Could something have happened? Ava repeatedly checks the time on her screen, but dares not rush me, while impatient livestream viewers keep waiting. Some viewers flood the comments, claiming they even skip work for the final result. Then Ava's phone suddenly rings with an urgent notification. She snatches it up and finds a new message from me. Her fingertips tremble as she opens my voice message. Sorry, the terrain below is complicated, so it takes time, but it's finished. I'm sending the map. Every required location is marked. Just follow it. Ava's phone rings urgently once more as the promised map arrives, carrying every marked location the team needs to search. The complete hand-drawn underground palace diagram reaches the excavation team, and everyone immediately crowds around. The area surrounding the main burial chamber is marked as a maze, while the rear bears the phrase cuckoo occupying a magpie's nest. Standing beside the excavation pit, Harvey studies the diagram before warning. This ancient tomb isn't simple. It probably still hides unknown secrets. The possibility only deepens his curiosity. Back at home, I place the prepared food on the table. At that exact moment, a crisp system notification sounds inside my head. The system announces, "System notification. The archaeological team has successfully found the ancient tomb. Reward, tokens, name and nomen, characters." Joy surges through me. This reward doesn't increase my raw strength, but its value is enormous because ancient tombs commonly contain complete stone epitaphs. Understanding those ancient inscriptions can quickly reveal the tomb owner's true identity with complete accuracy. Just then, my phone rings with a video call from Ava. Once connected, her delicate, beautiful face immediately fills the screen. Her lively eyes and clean presence look increasingly pleasing, but concern shadows the call. She gets straight to the point. "We've run into trouble again." Despite my good mood, her next words confirm the problem. "You guessed right again." She continues, "We dig more than 6 meters at the location you marked, and then we actually uncover blood. Look." Her confusion is obvious. We have no idea what's happening. The camera reveals blinding crimson below, like earth repeatedly drenched in blood. Around the pit, the archaeological team's defensive shelter stands firmly secured. The wide pit measures at least 5 or 6 meters across. Harvey and the others rush to its edge, then gasp at the bottom. Lewis turns deathly pale and stiff with fear, while goosebumps instantly rise across Ava and Faye. Despite decades in archaeology and entering countless tombs, Harvey has never encountered anything remotely this bizarre. Luke stands helplessly beside the pit, then urgently calls the far more experienced Harvey over for guidance. Even Harvey refuses to rashly order further excavation. The memory of nearly losing several young soldiers inside the water cave restrains everyone. Someone proposes, "Consult Scott, he may know something." This time, even Chad raises no objection to seeking my help. Meanwhile, the archaeological livestream exceeds 60 million viewers, and the entire internet anxiously awaits the final excavation results. The blood seeping through the pit terrifies viewers. Comments flood the screen. "This is too sinister. Scott, help them." Watching that crimson glow through my phone, my brows tighten. Through the connected video, the pit's bottom shines blinding crimson, as though an enormous blood pool hides below, forming a gateway to hell. Everyone nearby barely dares breathe, and even the live stream falls quiet. Wonder grips me as I lean closer to the phone. How can blood seep from the ground beneath that eerie crimson expanse? Luke immediately orders the workers to continue digging deeper beneath the excavation site. Luke warns, "Don't damage it. Anyone who breaks it gets locked up." Harvey frowns at the find. "Why is there only a human skull here?" The workers immediately handle the skull like a rare treasure. Harvey smiles and raises his hand, silencing the noisy excavation site in an instant. He begins explaining, "Ancient nobles, especially during the Warring States period, sacrificed heads to heaven for divine protection and bodies to surrounding spirits after burial." The crowd listens as his voice deepens. This keeps the dead from disturbing mortals, and the sacrificial heads and bodies always occupy corresponding positions. Harvey concludes, "Now that the sacrificial head is unearthed here, the core sacrificial hall should lie below." Faye turns toward him expectantly. He nods solemnly. From the Western Zhou to the Qin dynasty, living people are traditionally sacrificed to heaven and spirits. Scott's sound location ability has found the exact position of this underground tomb. Facing the live camera, Harvey nods firmly. There can be no mistake. Whether others admit it or not, this old man is completely convinced by Scott's skill. Hearing the professor endorse my skill openly, I am genuinely impressed by the old man's conviction. The internet erupts. Nobody believed my sound location ability, but as the tomb's outline emerges, denial becomes impossible. Suddenly, an excited worker shouts from below, "We've got it! This must be the tomb's roof. Quickly clear the sides and locate the tomb walls." Another pit is soon cleared beside it, revealing a complete brick and stone wall. Its masonry remains remarkably neat and orderly. They have found the tomb wall. Chad excitedly jumps down and gently touches the rough, cold surface. Harvey is overjoyed. He no longer needs to fear the Archaeological Association's gossip. Faye faces the live camera excitedly. The moment of miracles has arrived. Scott has demonstrated his extraordinary abilities once again. The topic dominates trending lists, while every discussion section fills with praise for Scott's astonishing skill. I stop them through Ava. "Don't break it yet. Bring the camera closer." Ava immediately looks into the camera in surprise. "You've discovered something wrong with this wall, haven't you?" She decides, "Let's go down first for a closer look." Ava quickly descends and firmly aims the camera across the entire curtain wall. I say, "Feel whether the brick joints are smooth." She carefully runs her hand along them, then stares at the camera in surprise. They really are. The joints feel extremely smooth, almost like they're covered with wax. That confirms it. "Don't open this wall directly. Remove the end stone intact from inside." Someone objects. "Wouldn't breaking it open be easier?" After confirming the wax seal and potential hazards, Dylan quickly steps forward. I give the next steps. Dig another deep pit. Connect a metal needle to a plastic tube. Heat it. Pierce the wax seal, then pour acetic acid into the pit. Brandon follows my instructions exactly and pours acetic acid into the pit. Black smoke billows upon contact with the soil. Sizzling acid rapidly corrodes it, leaving the earth charred and mottled. Several young soldiers watch with darkened faces, silently wiping cold sweat away. Just then, a cold system notification rings inside my mind. A crisp chime sounds inside my mind. The system announces, "New task. Guide the team through the tomb wall. Reward granted. The two-finger technique." At once, my right index and middle fingers stretch beyond the others, looking strangely disproportionate yet containing endless strength. With one crisp crack, they punch two round holes straight through the sturdy solid wood table. Those fingers also become exceptionally sensitive. Even lightly touching a wall lets me detect the faintest vibrations hidden inside it. I scramble a combination lock and use tomb hunting sense to feel the cylinder move. It opens easily. The thought amazes me. This skill seems wasted outside thievery, though the tomb hunting ancestors would probably open their coffins just to knock some sense into me. Once the area is thoroughly cleared, Dylan has the wall completely blasted open, finally exposing the ancient tomb. Technicians immediately test its air, and every measured indicator inside the chamber proves normal. Unable to wait, Harvey summons the team to lead the entry. Faye is the most excited. Her first real ancient tomb inspires no fear. The younger staff call for help entering and recording the live stream, while studio viewers stare wide-eyed. Harvey goes first, breathing in a strangely familiar musty odor. He spends as much time in tombs as sleeping at home. The chamber follows square earth, round heaven geometry. Entered from the north. Ancient characters cover the floor slabs in an 8 trigrams pattern. 8 extinguished eternal lamps surround a 4-legged square cauldron, whose body bears patterns of the sun, moon, and stars. A heavy stone coffin stands opposite, with a deep, dark passage behind it. Faye quietly presents the chamber, and the live chat instantly erupts. Harvey orders, "Photograph everything. These characters are precious cultural heritage." Faye turns toward him. "Can the tomb's period be determined?" Harvey studies the carvings. These appear to be Warring States characters from Lu, but deciphering them is extremely difficult. "Scott, have you studied ancient writing?" Harvey observes the script. This is harder than locating sound. Some scholars decipher only a few characters in their lives. I nod. I've researched it. Below are the heavenly stems, earthly branches, and sacrificial texts. The bronze tripod likely served for sacrifices and held the victims' skulls and bodies. Then I find an inscribed floor tile. I recognize one of these two characters. Let me test you. Harvey and Chad's eyes widen in disbelief while the live stream erupts. Upper cycle, I read, then identify the neighboring signs by their translated celestial sequence. Chad gasps aloud. A veteran netizen confirms my reading. Doubt vanishes, and Ava watches admiringly as I test her on ancient characters. The team stares, astonished that I master everything in my early 20s. Lewis's group envies me. Good, good, good. Ava's admiration becomes unmistakable, while Chad finally accepts my judgment completely, without another trace of doubt at all. We continue examining the chamber along the tomb passage, and I ask Ava to sweep her phone's light around. A stone coffin blocks the passage entrance. Its surface crawls with dense, twisted, chaotic patterns, eerie enough to chill everyone. Ava, come closer. Aren't coffins supposed to rest in the main chamber? Why is this one in the sacrificial hall, blocking the tomb passage? I stare intently at the coffin's twisted patterns. My face darkens immediately. Something's wrong. There is a serious problem with this coffin. A normal coffin is the deceased's resting place, but this one is covered in corpse-suppressing talismans. I suspect they are meant to deter tomb raiders, and the bodies inside have probably already become zombies. That single word, zombie, drains Ava's face of color. She stammers, "A zombie? It's really a zombie. Quick, tell everyone not to move now." "Don't touch anything," I shout, but Lewis reaches the roof first. He calls down, "The chamber is packed with wax-coated corpses." At once, a strange croaking rolls through the sealed, freezing tomb chamber, muffled and oppressive, like the call of a toad. Every pulse comes from the stone coffin directly before us. My face changes. "Ava, retreat!" She races back to Harvey and Chad. "Everyone, touch nothing else. The coffin bears corpse-suppressing talismans, and whatever is inside has probably transformed." The others recoil at that conclusion. "We believe everything else, but this is too outrageous. A corpse transforming is nonsense. A corpse dead for thousands of years is only bones. How could it become a zombie? In all our excavations, we have never found an undecomposed skeleton." Harvey frowns at me. "Could you be mistaken? This Warring States tomb is over 2,000 years old. How could it transform?" My answer is immediate. "Harvey, trust me. Evacuate everyone now. Stop the excavation until we return fully prepared." He looks troubled. "We fought to find this tomb, and now we leave for this reason? That is unacceptable." A scoff comes from Lewis. "You've gotten too immersed in writing your novel and cast yourself inside it." The others agree. A newly dead person reviving might seem possible, but a corpse returning after thousands of years does not. The livestream chat splits into arguments. Most viewers side with the archaeologists, though a minority believes the warning. Ava is among them. She turns to Harvey and Chad. Listen to him first. Still, nobody will retreat when this warring state's tomb could complete the country's history. Chad notes that he and his teacher opened dozens of tombs without seeing a corpse rise. That was a toad, he concludes. I reply, the alum-sealed chamber admits no toads. That croak is the corpse breathing. Face is sober. My warning makes Lewis laugh. Only Ava turns serious. What now? My answer is helpless. This isn't a joke. The junior member laughs. Teacher, everyone sees through you, yet you keep acting. Then the toad-like croaking returns faster and more urgently. My face changes sharply. The coffin lid bangs twice, something hammering from within. It shudders violently, and red liquid seeps from the edge. Everyone turns pale at the shocking sight. Lewis nearly falls. Holy crap, it came back to life. The live stream erupts after my poetic exchange calms the person inside. He ignores me if I cause no trouble. At the final touch, the call drops. The dead phone makes my heart lurch. 1 more minute would suffice. Fear grips me. Exposure might send it berserk. I redial quickly, but nobody answers. Without another contact, I can only worry. A deafening coffin lid explosion chills everyone inside the tomb. Luke covers the retreat from the rear. Harvey hesitates, then runs back. Chad grabs him. This is unprecedented in all my years of archaeology. Nothing makes me leave before seeing it. Harvey breaks free and runs back. Chad follows grimly. Viewers rage. My phone dies midway through negotiations. Goddess Ava fails us this time. Only Dylan and several soldiers witness the tomb. A bang sends dust billowing as a blood-red figure rises from the coffin. Under 1.7 meters tall, it is naked, hairless, and coated in blood that keeps dripping. Its bloody face holds only empty sockets. It glares like an ancient beast, radiating murderous intent. A gasp escapes Dylan. The warning was right. It transformed into a blood-soaked zombie. At the doorway, Harvey and Chad see it. Harvey staggers. His life's archaeology suddenly seems like the iceberg's tip now. Captain, what do we do? The captain scoffs. Bullets will stop any zombie. Inside the tomb, a soldier's voice trembles. Chad, fire! Submachine guns roar, every bullet striking the blood-soaked zombie. It quivers, the holes seal as pus streams. Then it springs from the coffin and charges. It rushes impossibly fast, trailing stench. The soldier dodges, but its strike shatters his shoulder and hurls him away. Dylan draws his dagger and charges. Dylan drives the dagger into its chest, twists twice, then thrusts until only the hilt remains. The blade corrodes away, and fluid keeps corroding the hilt. Do not touch it. That liquid is highly corrosive. The corpse grabs Dylan's shoulder. He kicks it, but nothing happens. The blood corpse roars, flinging Dylan into a wooden wall. Rising, he sees his leather shoe partly corroded, and his clothes nearly soaked through. He quickly removes both. At the door, Harvey and Chad recoil. Gunfire cannot kill it, and reaching the crowd means disaster. Harvey orders no casualties allowed. He turns and races outside. Quickly, contact Scott. He must have a solution. Beyond him, gunshots and screams engulf the uproar. Everyone crowds around the screen and recoils. A blood-soaked corpse twitches across the live feed. On screen, Dylan's soldiers keep firing, but bullets cannot harm the blood corpse, whose blood corrodes everything. Dylan and a soldier are wounded. Harvey panics. Ava? She is fetching a power bank from camp. No time. The live stream erupts with anxiety, and someone cries, does anyone have the advisor's phone number? Chad has it saved, but panic wipes his mind blank. Faye's staff catches what may be my comment among hundreds of thousands flashing each second. I immediately plead, everyone stop sending comments so my message can be seen. The flood finally begins thinning. It drops from hundreds of thousands to tens of thousands, then thousands, hundreds, and dozens. Everyone tolerates several disruptive posts. My comment appears, I'm Scott. Can you see this? Faye brightens. My next comment confirms, it really is a zombie. Speak to it again through poetry. Typing is useless. Zombies lack intelligence, and once angered, they never relent. My order appears. Do as I say. That's a blood zombie. Top tier among zombies. Find as much quicklime as possible. Faye shouts. Quicklime. Nobody has any. Someone offers. Cement? I ask. Any quick-drying cement? They confirm. Sprinkle it over the corpse to bind pus and blood. Dry cement slows it. Then bind it with an ink line and stuff a black donkey hoof into its mouth. Ava has both, right? Ava brought them, but she is absent. Use cement first. Restrict the blood zombie before anyone else gets hurt. Young soldiers shoulder cement bags and rush down. Faye grits her teeth, grabs the live stream equipment, and follows. Watching the screen, my heart sits in my throat. Inside the tomb, the soldiers haul cement down the slope with Faye behind them. Guns are useless. Dylan's battered men have no bullets left, yet none retreats. Every soldier accepts possible sacrifice. They must hold this line today, whatever the cost. The monster cannot reach civilians. Reinforcements race inside carrying my plan, Pour cement over it, restrain it with an ink line, then stuff a black donkey hoof into its mouth. Relief surges through them. The advisor really is the most reliable. Several soldiers rip open the bags. They scatter cement around the blood-soaked corpse. It roars and charges, but the soldiers dodge away while others throw water. Gray mist fills the chamber. The effect is immediate. Cement dust hardens instantly against the pus, layering the blood corpse until every movement grows slower. Every step forces it to crush another hard shell. The live stream erupts. The advisor is the most reliable. This method really works. Did everyone see that? The advisor's method works. The blood corpse's movement is severely restricted. Cheers flood in. Relief comes, but this is only step one. The ink line and black donkey hoof remain unused. Ava remains absent. Cement thickens around the blood corpse, crumbling whenever it moves, yet the monster still walks beneath hundreds of pounds. My warning appears. Keep moving, only more slowly. Do not fight head-on. Wait for the black donkey hoof. At last, Ava runs back drenched, clutching a backpack. She trips into the mud, then stubbornly rises and keeps going. Faye helps Ava carry the hoof and inkstone. At the entrance, Ava sees the cement-covered blood corpse still roaring and fighting. Her body sways, nearly collapsing. Ava murmurs, "The advisor was right." Faye steadies her. "Do you think he is a Tomb Raider too?" Ava shakes her head. "He descends from Tomb Raiders. His books come from notes left by his ancestors." With both tools present, Dylan launches the counterattack. From 4 directions, soldiers stretch ink lines into a grid. Each touch hurls the blood corpse backward, as if electrified, tightening the crackling enclosure until sparks fly. The corpse tears free of its sparking cement shell. Amid sparks, Dylan orders, "Knock it down." He grabs the hoof and charges. As it roars, Dylan jams the hoof inside. The violently struggling blood corpse falls silent instantly and stops moving. Soldiers finally exhale. Ava goes limp and collapses unconscious. Overwhelming stress, rain, and the desperate run have drained every last trace of her strength. Viewers demand an explanation, so my comment appears: a blood zombie survives through bioelectricity that keeps its body active. The black donkey hoof acts like a resistor. Placing it in the mouth blocks that current and temporarily immobilizes the zombie. The explanation continues. Remove the hoof, and its current resumes. Raising it again, destroying it requires fire or eliminating bioelectricity through the head. The system rewards me for guiding the team to subdue the blood zombie. The 5 grand reward grants a powerful star-stepping technique, and I long to test it here. Expensive furniture stops the experiment. The dig is suspended. Without my guidance, the team refuses to advance. The blood corpse makes headlines, but minutes later, every report and related topic vanishes online. Government intervention is obvious. A mysterious department takes the corpse, and everyone signs confidentiality agreements. Online mockers are doxxed and instantly become pariahs. One day passes quickly. Without writing, life suddenly turns leisurely. Games and matches replace miserable all-night work. A world of difference. At midnight, after switching off the lights and settling into bed, a faint rustling reaches me from the door. My sharpened hearing catches 2 people whispering outside. One mocks, "You cannot open a lock. What use are you?" The other retorts, "Then do it yourself." Their bickering leaves me speechless. Why sneak around at midnight? Before now, I would miss this clever lock and panic. Now I'm no fool. 2 petty thieves seem manageable, unlike zombies. Still, I text Naomi. "A thief is inside. Come quickly." She answers instantly. "Be careful. I'll be there soon." At the door, it clicks. "Hurry, the boss will deal with you." The lockpicker snaps. "Stop pestering me. This mechanical lock takes time." His partner growls. "Hurry, if we miss the Tomb Raider today, neither of us gets paid." My gaze sharpens. What Tomb Raider are they seeking? These aren't petty thieves, but Tomb Raiders drawn here by my actions. After watching the live stream, they truly believe I possess the Tomb Raider's notebook, an impossible misunderstanding to explain. My decision is simple. Seize them first, then force them to lead me to their so-called boss. Yet something is wrong. Their prying has not succeeded, but the door creaks open. Smiling in the doorway, I face them. "Don't be polite. You struggled with the lock, so I opened the door for you." Both freeze. The skinny one mutters, "Thank you." My lips twitch. "You're thanking me?" Clearly his brain isn't sharp. Standing face to face with 2 Tomb Raiders after opening my own door feels absurd. "We've been discovered." Terrified, the skinny man turns to run, but the fat one yanks him back. "Run! What are you afraid of? You must be Scott himself." The fat man threatens, "Hand over the Tomb Raider's notebook now, or expect no courtesy." Studying this mismatched pair, their stupidity seems painfully obvious. Noise and chatter fill outside. "Come in. Someone might call police." Inside I warn, "You were probably sent here as cannon fodder." Then I gesture down. "Want slippers?" The fat robber bristles. "We're robbing you." His partner scoffs. "Change slippers, my foot." Laughter almost escapes me. Their boss found 2 idiots. The fat one demands, "Hand it over." "I don't have it." "Who says I have it?" He scowls. "Stop pretending. Our boss says you're a Tomb Raider too." "Hand it over for everyone." I shrug. "Fine. I'm a novelist." Your boss calls me a tomb raider, so bring him here. The skinny man nods, then gets slapped. With the boss here, we still share the credit. Right, fat brother, you're brilliant, the fat man boasts. Nonsense, this brain is packed with wisdom. Their clowning bores me. By now, Naomi should be close. There is no notebook, believe it or not. The fat man snarls. No more reason. Teach him a lesson. Both pounce. Big brother, don't hit me. Spare my face. There's a blind date tomorrow. My eyes roll. My body carries the Kilin bloodline. I know no kung fu, but my strength is several times normal. Both fools soon kneel. Who dares move? Taste this slap. They're finished. We won't move. Spare our faces, and we'll do anything. Both beg while serving as practice. My slaps target their faces anyway, swelling them like pigs. Then my phone rings. Naomi texts, at your door. What happened? Where's the thief? Fast indeed. I open it. Relax, it's me. The thieves are inside. Naomi enters, studying me strangely. In the living room, two men kneel with hands behind their heads. She freezes. You hit them. How? I'm civilized. They entered in darkness, tripped, and fell. Naomi rolls her eyes. I glance over. Naomi misunderstands me. Tell her, didn't you fall? Yes, we fell. It was too dark. One eagerly agrees. The other blurts, no, we didn't. This man hit me. Naomi's stare grows stranger. Scott seems increasingly unpredictable. Fat and skinny keep insisting they merely fell, completely unrelated to me. Naomi lets the contradiction pass. Whether they fell or were struck hardly matters. Changing course, I say. Naomi, you owe me thanks this time. Her brows lift. For what? These aren't petty thieves. They're tomb raiders. Her eyes widen. Their boss wants the notebook? Even I know nothing about it. I take a refrigerator drink and sip calmly. Naomi faces them. His story is true? You're tomb raiders? Both glance my way. I smile back. Don't worry. This beautiful officer catches bad people. Answer honestly and seek leniency. Both tremble. After the beating, my smile makes me a tiger. Finally, they confess. We're tomb raiders, but we've never entered a tomb. Our boss says without recovering the notebook, we're unqualified to enter one. Naomi stares. Who's your boss? Everyone calls him the Rat. Naomi stiffens. We've investigated that gang leader for years. He commands a major tomb raiding ring, yet keeps escaping capture. Surprise catches me. Fools serve a major target. So the Rat sent you? The skinny man shakes his head. No, his subordinate sent us. He wants to impress the Rat. The boss knows nothing. Naomi's eyes brighten at this opening. His own subordinate may trap him. Naomi immediately calls for backup. After a long hesitation, Naomi tells me, Scott, thank you. Catching the gang leader would be a major achievement. I wave it off. Don't be polite. I hate tomb raiders too. Catch them all. Her look remains doubtful. Is he truly no tomb raider? That night, Naomi launches the arrest operation. Around 2 or 3, police storm an abandoned factory outside the city while the sleeping gang lies helpless inside. Every member is captured. The gang leader looks bewildered, then nearly vomits blood from rage, unable to understand how his address leaked. By daybreak, the raid explodes across every headline, placing me in the spotlight again. Waking this morning to a flood of reports, my face turns black. Yesterday, before leaving Naomi, I repeatedly demand secrecy. This morning, the entire world knows I helped her. From now on, I'm a thorn in every tomb raider's side, and peaceful days may be over forever. This morning, I call Naomi and immediately unleash my anger. Naomi, are you out of your mind? The agent seems prepared, holding the phone away before lowering their voice. We agreed yesterday. Sorry, there was no choice. The order came from above. You use me to catch tomb raiders, then discard me. The agent stays calm. Don't worry, you'll have round-the-clock protection. No need. Furious, I hang up. The police use me as bait. Without the system's power, last night probably ends in confession. What can protection do against more foolish thieves? Ava's message chimes. Brother, word reached me about last night. Are you all right? The fire in my chest halves. Everyone else uses me. Only she cares. My selfie confirms. The longer I look, the more satisfied I feel. This face is handsome and talented. Even I like it. I'm fine. How are you? Did yesterday's rain give you a cold? Work resumes. The blood corpse leaves Harvey more fascinated by the tomb. Inside the tent, Harvey assigns today's work and tells pale Ava to rest. Missing a chance to speak with her idol is unthinkable. Faye takes charge and starts the live stream. At 8 that morning, over 2 million viewers wait for the next excavation, eager to see beyond the coffin. Warnings flood the stream. God help them. Everyone, be careful. The group returns to the chamber, where yesterday's cement has been cleared away. The silent stone coffin still blocks the passage and unsettles everyone. They skirt the coffin, instinctively keeping their distance, and enter the long, winding passage. Faded murals line both sides. Several hundred meters later, 2 jade doors bar the way, their surfaces carved with ancient flying birds and beasts. The carvings are ordinary, but doors this enormous are rare. Malevolent statues guard them. One raises a cleaver, the other's long tongue hangs from a lifelike face. Ava tenses beside Faye. Brother, we found a jade door. Check whether it's dangerous. This time, the student brings a power bank. After yesterday's dead phone, she clearly learns her lesson before waiting for my verdict. Watching carefully, I see no danger and tell them to push, but the doors refuse to move. A mechanism bars them. Brute force is useless. Everyone stares in astonishment. Ancient tomb mechanisms should have rusted away long ago. A mechanism surviving millennia is rare. At my direction, they aim the camera at both statues and photograph them carefully. Studying them reveals the statue's eyes as buttons. All 4 eyes move, but only one sequence works. Press wrongly, and the doors lock forever. Everyone freezes. 4 eyes mean countless choices of number and order, with almost no chance of guessing correctly. The live stream erupts with arguments, jeers, and "Go, husband!" Yet the puzzle does not seem complicated. Ancient builders need usable mechanisms. Anything too complex confuses their own people. Counting on my fingers, I chant yin, yang, and the 8 trigrams. Everyone is bewildered, but silent. Press the left statue's left eye and the right statue's right eye together, exactly together. 2 members raise trembling hands, awaiting my signal. Harvey sends Lewis and another junior forward. At my signal, they press. Both eyes sync, chains snap, and the jade doors tremble open. Cheers erupt. Everyone dances with joy, while Harvey and Chad stare at the opening, overwhelmed with excitement. Faye jumps. Night God is awesome, floods every screen. Nothing goes wrong. Beyond the doors, a narrow passage leads to a chamber. At my direction, Ava advances, camera sweeping the walls. Only 2 fit abreast. The smooth walls show neither murals nor writing. After several dozen meters, the passage opens into a small chamber where a jade box rests on a stone table, and several routes branch away. Remembering the 4 words on my drawing, I murmur into the connection. The student asks, "Brother, what did you say?" "Nothing. Don't touch the jade box yet. Check for other exits." The camera reveals corner carvings in Warring States script. Wood is not wood. Seed is not seed. Those entering this door later face 9 deaths and 1 life. My heart skips. A team member calls out, "Teacher, there's a passage here, opening into a huge hollow. It's pitch black. Nothing is visible." Before I can answer, the video freezes and the signal dies. Repeated calls go unanswered, and unease settles over me as the excavation vanishes into silence. Meanwhile, aboard a South China Sea fishing boat, burly men drink around a fish pot. Their square-faced leader is called Third Master. The scarred man reports, "Third Master, Phantom Rat was caught stealing the Tomb Raider's notebook from Scott." Third Master stiffens. "What?" Police follow the clues and wipe out Phantom Rat. Scott writes those tomb raiding novels, and the archaeological livestream succeeds because he guides the team. They call him Night God. Watching the replay, every man's eyes brighten. Third Master slaps his thigh. "Damn, what talent! We still can't find the underwater tomb. If that kid acts, he may be the next one, but police guard him constantly. No matter, we'll return, find an opening, and grab him." Back home, 12 sneezes nearly make me faint. I rub my nose. Who's thinking about me? The system grants me night vision for the Jade Gate. Delighted, I realize, now darkness is perfectly clear. Amazing! In a tomb, pitch black darkness can't affect me. The call resumes, and Ava notices. "Brother, do you have a cold?" Sniffling, I insist. "I'm fine. Hurry inside." The camera finds Harvey already entering the chamber excitedly. The chamber is vast, its domed ceiling covered in murals and walls lined with inscribed slabs. Side chambers open on both sides. At the center, 7 superior stone coffins stand staggered and densely inscribed. Everyone stops, stunned. Such a burial method is unprecedented. 7 equal coffins violate ancient hierarchy. Harvey approaches one and studies its inscriptions, but recognizes only 2 or 3 characters. Burial goods remain inside, yet they are mostly decayed bottles and jars, without a single piece of gold or silver. The student asks, "Brother, do you recognize the coffin inscription?" At my request, a close-up confirms the vassal king's tomb. Born with a ghostly aura, the ruler borrows underworld soldiers for battle, then claims spirits are causing chaos below. He must help below, kowtows thrice, then paints a picture. The Duke builds the palace, hoping he returns. Harvey recognizes the historical record. The ruler is a decorated general. He adds, "General fits, but the title of king must be self-proclaimed." Should we open the coffin? Everyone shudders. The blood corpse haunts everyone. I steady them. "No rush. Harvey, remember the words I marked on the blueprints. Decoy coffin tomb?" Harvey freezes as curiosity spreads. The label brings it back to them. I explain. "The robber's tunnel first raised my suspicions. These 7 coffins now confirm this is not the king's true resting place. It is only a decoy coffin tomb." Everyone around me stares, shaken by the conclusion. Harvey presses further. "This tomb is intact and unlooted, so that Tomb Raider's tunnel makes no sense." My answer bewilders them. The ancient Tomb Raider, I suspect, is none other than the king himself. Impossible. How can that be? Before explaining, I offer this unofficial history. The king's army rests by day, marches by night, and the places it visits are often filled with dilapidated graves. When questioned, they claim ghost soldiers are passing through. Do you really believe the king borrows ghosts? None exist. This behavior resembles a particular profession. Ava gasps. A royal tomb robber? Exactly. He secretly raids graves at night, rests by day, and blames discovered ruins on summoned ghost soldiers. That's right, Ava, you're clever. The king is a tomb raider. Even the founder of the official trade comes later. Ava blushes again while Harvey turns visibly thoughtful. Though an old scholar, Harvey is no rigid pedant. He compares official histories against unofficial accounts, so this story grips him. Facing the camera, Faye exclaims, according to the professor, the king is actually a tomb raider. They now stand inside the tomb-raiding world's ancestor's tomb. The viewers erupt. Comments race past. The tomb robber's own tomb gets dug up. Others recall the warning that this is a false passage, and the old king is not actually here. Harvey studies the 7 coffins, then turns to me. You mean the true main burial chamber lies elsewhere? After a sip of water, I explain, the 7 coffins seem random, but they form the Big Dipper. Tomb raiders call this 7 stars moving coffins, the distinctive mark of their ancestors. Any knowledgeable tomb raider kneels and kowtows here before retreating. Everyone stares. Harvey traces the 7 centers with his eyes, and they truly form a giant spoon across the chamber, just as I describe. Someone challenges me, only tomb raiders know the 7-star coffin, yet somehow you know it too. Every gaze locks onto the phone screen at once. My lips twitch, they ignore the real point and link me with tomb raiders instead. The live stream explodes. The viewers pounce. He's speechless, yet still denies being a tomb raider. I sigh inwardly. Faye has cornered me. How can this be answered? Scratching my head, I offer, read more books. It's all there. That's how I gather material for my novel. Even to me, the excuse sounds unconvincing. A comment lands. There must be blood in his Tomb Rat Chronicles. Pretending deaf, I let Harvey rescue me. The professor spares me that question, then presses the larger mystery. You say the king usurps an older tomb. What do you think lies there, and whose resting place could it be? Something extraordinary must lie inside, enough to make him defy such ancient taboos. A restless voice urges, we'll know only after entering. Let's go inside now. Waiting is unbearable. No rush. After a pause, I continue. First, we settle the 7-star coffins. Only one of these 7 is real. The other 6 are deadly traps. The real coffin is the one in the very middle. My finger singles it out, but we need preparations before opening it. Then I notice Lewis's hand already resting on the lid of the outermost coffin. His question startles me. Soul-freezing torture? I answer. I naturally read all about these things in books. Stop harping on it already. I'm not a tomb raider. I'm only 24. Over 10 years of school. Leave no time for grave robbing. Harvey studies me. You know plenty. I clear my throat. Well, the 7-star shifting coffin began as a tomb raider's design. After raiding countless graves, they fear suffering the same fate in death, so they devise 7 coffins with only one genuine body. Move any of the other 6, and death nearly follows through hidden mechanisms or evil magic. After the Song dynasty, skilled masters perfect the design. Identifying the real coffin then depends on strict trade rules. Most tomb raiders kowtow and retreat, but wartime chaos eventually forces some desperate raiders to break those rules. A master tests them. 2 crowbars lift one corner, a hole pierces the bottom, and an iron hook reveals whatever lies within. What are tomb raiders? I wave it aside. Later, now you can believe me. They exchange looks. My evidence leaves no rebuttal. The king is a tomb raider, beautifully disguised. The professor exclaims, brilliant. Decades in archaeology can make any scholar feel expert in every field. Meeting you reveals how narrow that knowledge remains, like a frog in a well. His praise carries immense weight across the archaeological world. It secures my standing, but honor is never my motive. Guiding the team brings the system's rewards. Harvey, you flatter me. I've merely read a few books. You are the true towering figure, the nation's pride. Seeing my humility, Harvey studies the video call device, then finally reveals the private thought he has been holding back all along. His invitation comes plainly through the device. Scott, you have the ability, so join our archaeological team as a special recruit. Harvey is making an exception just to recruit me. Join the archaeological team? The offer stuns me. Harvey first humbles himself, then invites me with complete sincerity because he believes I have the necessary ability, and everyone watching shares my shock. Ava's thoughts leap ahead. If Scott joins, can we see him every day? Meanwhile, I remain stunned and unsure how to answer. Suddenly, the screen goes black. What happened? Harvey frowns, while Ava checks it and finds the signal abruptly gone. Everyone else loses contact too, though the satellite-powered live stream still penetrates 30 meters underground without any trouble. Before answering, I think, I may enter tombs later, but not yet. My abilities are insufficient. Then a complete Tomb Raider toolset materializes before me. A Vedra umbrella, yin detecting claw, black donkey hooves, corpse binding rope, and whirlwind shovel. Excellent tools, yet using them confirms my Tomb Raider identity. I inspect the metal Vajra umbrella, engraved with bagua, the three-hooked yin detecting claw, old hard black donkey hooves, and the black corpse binding rope, whose material remains unknown. Though unusable now, I quietly store every item. Elsewhere, inside the tomb, contact with Scott remains lost, and the leaderless team hesitates. Lewis asks, should we keep trying? Chad argues, we managed archaeology without him before. Harvey nods, continue working, but leave the 7 coffins untouched. He orders Ava, prepare hooves and black dog blood against a blood corpse. Lessons no longer restrain him. Chad points at Scott's blueprints. Find the connecting passage. Harvey agrees. After studying the plans, they identify a hidden door inside the right chamber, and their instruments quickly locate its hollow section. Beside the hidden door stands an exquisite bronze lamp. Everyone gathers, but brute force achieves nothing. Another mechanism blocks them, and without Scott's guidance, the archaeologists finally realize how many ancient secrets they usually overlook. Ava recognizes the mechanism. Scott's book describes one like this. Turn that candlestick, and the hidden door should open. Try it. If it fails, break the wall, but a wrong turn will lock it. Harvey nods and lets Ava try. She raises her hand and turns the candlestick without hesitation. The fixture rotates, a chain clanks, the ground trembles, and a hidden stone door swings open. Excited voices erupt. It opened. Ava, you're amazing. Someone cheers. Your treasure girl found the hidden door mechanism. As usual, Luke and 3 soldiers scout ahead, carrying flashlights through a dim passage only 2 meters high and 1 meter wide. Hundreds of meters later, a stone door reveals a wider bluestone passage, which eventually ends abruptly. Luke checks the map. There is clearly a path here. The solid walls reveal nothing until a soldier wonders, could it be below? One soldier stomps hard. The floor collapses, dropping everyone before anyone can react, and they tumble downward. Luke's heart sinks. Ancient tomb pits usually conceal sharp blades. He silently laments, then remembers Harvey's group remains outside. This is worth it. Muffled thuds follow as everyone lands. The fall hurts, but nobody dies or suffers injury. With no hidden weapons below, Dylan rises. Dylan checks his soldiers. Are you hurt? They answer, only sore from the fall. One grumbles. Your stomp caused it. Dylan accepts it. Clearing the way beats Harvey's group falling. They relight their flashlights and find a large square pit over a meter deep, with a passage leading away. Dylan examines the blueprints. Dylan realizes the passage is below. Scott is incredible. Just as they move, a soldier shouts, Captain, don't move! Something thuds onto Dylan's back. A corpse beetle opens its mouth and bites down, but a gunshot blasts it apart, spraying green fluid across his face. Another soldier shouts, look up there! Everyone raises their eyes. A dark mass of corpse beetles covers the ceiling, ranging from fist-sized creatures to monsters as large as footballs. Run! They sprint forward as beetles rain down and gunfire erupts continuously. Elsewhere, Harvey's group continues sorting the burial goods. Ava suddenly freezes. What's that sound? Who is setting off firecrackers? A team member listens. That is gunfire. Answer us. Worry spreads. Something happened to Dylan's team. Harvey radios the team. A minute later, Dylan answers breathlessly. A zombie horde has trapped us. Over the radio, Dylan warns, the zombies carry poison. A soldier asks, Captain, do you need backup? Dylan refuses immediately. Do not come in. This place is haunted. The word haunted makes everyone around Harvey gasp. Dylan is a fearless warrior who never blinks before enemies, yet terror now fills his voice. What has he encountered? A young soldier presses, Captain, what exactly did you encounter? The radio remains silent, and Harvey's expression turns extremely grim. Inside the maze, corpse beetles and stranger horrors shatter every expectation. Chad trembles, knowing Dylan's intervention spared him. The radio crackles again. A soldier shouts, a long hand grabbed our scout. We're chasing it. Contact Scott now. The green, slender hand has 7 fingers and a long arm. Gunfire erupts. Harvey stiffens. They're in trouble. Chad insists, bring soldiers. Rescue them with me. The team enters the tomb, faces resolute. The captain stops Chad. You're still young. If anything happens to me, the team will need you to lead. Eyes redden. Take me with you, Chad pleads. Ava insists. Let me contact him and go inside too. Online viewers will demand footage. She finally gets a satellite phone and reaches me by video, nearly crying with relief. I steady Ava. Don't cry. I understand. Go inside first, but be careful, she warns. Dylan says it's haunted. Is it really haunted? Ava presses. I don't know, but Dylan's description suggests a special plant. Everyone's burden suddenly lifts. Harvey leans closer. Where have you seen something like this? I know it from a book. The 9-headed serpent cypress coexists with corpse beetles. Its countless slender vines end in 7 hand-like growths. The tree traps prey, but the true killers are half-living corpse beetles. Captured prey feeds them, and their excrement nourishes the tree. Everyone stands stunned.